Hi, I'm Mike Mordecai with Jay Ward's ProStride Hitting. I'm here today to share with you a little bit of my story. When I met Jay, how Jay helped me to become a major league player, get me over that hump from being just an also-ran AAA guy to the big leagues. 1993, Jay was our roving hitting coordinator in the minor leagues. Came into the cage one day while I was hitting and said, listen, the one thing that you need to do is change your mindset and also work on a couple of drills that will help you with that mindset. But the first thing you're going to have to do is change that mindset. I said, what are you talking about? He said, tell me what type of player you are. I said, well, I feel like I'm a team guy, man. I got a man at second, no outs. I'm hitting the ground ball to second, move the guy to third. He said, yeah, I see you do that. I said, or I might drop a, bunt down, base hit bunt down and use my speed and move two runners. He said, yeah, I see that. And he goes, hey, we got to have those guys on the team. He said, but what we also need on the team is guys that can drive the baseball, drive the ball in the gaps, over the wall. He says that's what separates guys like yourself from big leaguers. So he told me, I can find guys like you scattered all throughout the minor leagues. You're a dime a dozen. And I really kind of was taken aback by that, like, really? And he said, listen, our ego stands in our way a lot of times. He said, but if you'll just throw that to the side and listen to me and have an aggressive mindset when you step in that box, I think you got the ability to play at the next level. You just have to use it. So we started talking about the differences in my game and what I needed to do. And we get into the cage, he sets the ball on the tee, says, I want you to do this walk-through drill for me. And I want you to drive this ball to the back of this cage. And he showed me how to do the walk-through. And right before I'm about to start it, he says, hey, listen, I bet you $20 you're gonna hit this ball and hook it right over to the side of the cage. I stood for a second and thought, no, I'm not. I can hit this ball off the back of the cage. And he said, I tell you what, if you overcompensate, it's going to hit the top of the cage. I said, all right, you're on. I'll take you $20. Well, I hooked the ball on the side of the cage, and Jay said, hey, just keep the $20. Maybe I'll let you buy me a hamburger a few years down the road, and we'll laugh about this. I said, okay. So he showed me the walk-through drill, showed me the throwback drill, helicopter drill. We did all these drills. We did them off soft toss. We did them off overhand. So the one thing that I started understanding as we were doing these drills was that I was taking some aggressive swings, not passive swings. I was backspinning the baseball, taking aggressive swings. Now, that was early in 1993. I did these drills religiously for the rest of my career, but from that year, 1993, until the following spring training in 1994, I did these things almost every day. In the off season, I played in the fall league. I went to the cage. I would do these things on my own. I knew the drills. I knew what I was looking for. The ball's coming off that tee, back spinning. So I had all this information. I just had to go perfect it. So then we roll into 1994, and if spring training is any indication of what you can expect during that season, in batting practice, I was backspinning baseballs, and they were taking off. And I know spring training is not the end all. It's to get you ready for the season. But it does give you a little bit of glimpse of what you've been working on in the off season. When you get out on that field and you get into some games, kind of gives you that glimpse of, okay, I start seeing some of the fruits of the labor here. And the best game that I ever had in my life, college or professionally, was a inter-squad game with the Braves in 1994, where I hit 3 home runs and 2 singles, 5 for 5. And every one of those balls that I hit was a backspin liner. Backspin liner. And that pretty much was walking on cloud 9 when I ended up having that day and kind of punching that ticket saying, hey man, boom, I'm on this and I'm in. This thing is going to take me where I want to go. And of course, in 1994, I pretty much had a breakout season offensively where I ended up hitting 16 home runs, 60 RBIs, and I hit like 280. But the thing that really jumped out at me, and the one at bat where I knew that I've got it, man. I've got this. My mind's right. I'm doing the right things at the plate. Was probably late April, early May, somewhere around in there, probably late April. We're playing the Columbus Clippers. Never will forget this. Leadoff hitter gets on with a walk, still second. I'm hitting. And of course, he ran on the first pitch. I took a pitch, let him go, strike 1. The next pitch, I'm trying to drive the ball to center field, right center. I foul the ball off. Guy had a good sinker. So we proceed to have about a 13-pitch battle where I was not giving in. I'm going to hit this ball to center field or to right field. I'm going to drive it out there. And I was not the type of guy to just give in and try to snatch a ball. But I backed out of the box on about pitch 13 or 14, and I said to myself, listen, I know he's barreling that sinker in on me. I know I can get the barrel to it. Just trust that I'm going to take the proper swing, and this ball is going to take off to left field, deep left field, and if it doesn't hit the wall or go out, the runner's going to be able to tag and get to third. So I get back in the box. I actually backed off the plate just a fuzz, not much, and was all in. So you know what? If it's in right here, I'm just going to get the barrel to it, and it's going to go where it goes. 2-seamer in, elevated a little bit. I hit it off the foul pole. 2-run home run. And I remembered running around the bases thinking, that's easy. That's easy. That's an aggressive mindset. I just let the ball go wherever I hit it. I don't try to force it anywhere and just take a good swing at it. But I use my head to do that, all right? And all the cage work, all the field work, the early BP, everything came to fruition at that time. And that was the end result. And once that happened, I was off the cliff, man. I was sold that, hey man, what I've been working on and what Jay and I talked about pretty much has given me an opportunity to have a really good season. And I get my first call up later that season, and the next year made the big league club in Atlanta out of spring training when we won a World Series, 1995. And to this day, I firmly believe that if I had not met Jay and not started doing these drills, the walk through, the throwback, helicopter, all the drills that Jay presented to me, that I would have never had that opportunity. Listen, my dad was my hitting guy all the way through, and most Every guy that plays this game, your dad sees you play a ton. And a lot of you, it's your mom or your granddad. They see you. And how many times you played the game and you came off the field and they go, hey man, you weren't right today, something's wrong. You weren't taking the same swing, or you wasn't doing this, or you wasn't doing that. They know. But the most important thing is, you, the player, you have to know when things aren't right. You have to know when to make the adjustments. When did I take a swing and I got around the baseball? Oh, hang on, step back here a second. I got to work on that. I got to do these drills. I got to take my medication, and those drills are medication. Man, it's just like, guys have high blood pressure and you got to take medication every day. Well, these walk through, the throwback, all these drills, they're medication, man. They keep the doctor away. Boom. Just back spinning that baseball all over the field. And that's the mind frame that I had when I played for the rest of my career. I did those drills from 1993 to 2005. And I still do them now when I give instructions and things like that to illustrate for the players. And once you have done them and you understand them, it's a thing of beauty. You can step in that box, have a free mind, and just say, throw it up here. I don't care what you throw. I'm going to put a good aggressive swing on it. I'm going to backspin it in that gap. And know that you can hit. Not going up there hoping. You know you can hit. And that's probably about it for me. And I am a firm believer that anyone who jumps into ProStride, understands what they're doing, and works at it can become a very, very good hitter.